Who really rules in Pakistan? The answer to this question is quite clear. It's the army who has ruled directly or indirectly in Pakistan since its establishment. Direct military intervention started in Pakistan in 1958 when the military chief Muhammad Ayub Khan overthrew and exiled President Iskandar Ali Mirza. The army has since then either directly or indirectly been part of the government and ruled the country for several years. Gen Ziaul Haq and President Musharraf martial laws lasted almost over 2 decades. Now, almost 77 years, people of Pakistan believe, and rightly so, that Pakistan had never got independence in 1947. Rather, it was just a change of power from the British Raj to the Pakistan Army, which followed the same rules to keep their hold on the new state. Army, as some people think, to keep its hold on the state of Pakistan, has used a number of methods to keep their hold. They adopted a variety of ways, including divide and rule, patronizing, and creating different armed groups by giving exemplary punishments to those who dare to differ, even to the extent of allegedly killing to the journalists, by controlling the media, jailing the politicians, and sending to exile in some cases, manipulating the elections, and also by manipulating the judiciary. How they divide and rule? The intelligentsia, to keep their hold, has successfully divided the nation into various sects, mostly based on religion and ethnic backgrounds. These groups are always used to create chaos and unrest in the society. Whoever tries to negotiate between those groups to make peace is either assassinated or jailed by initiating frivolous cases. The jailed PM Imran Khan has once exposed this in an interview, saying that members of those banned groups came to me and told him that the establishment uses them against each other, and sought his help for bringing peace between those groups. Secondly, by giving exemplary punishments is the other method. Whoever tries to disagree with the establishment is given harsh punishment like forced disappearance and torture. Recent days have seen a lot of such attempts where politicians and journalists were forcefully picked up and tortured. Arshad Sharif, a famous journalist, was allegedly killed with the help of agencies. Imran Riaz, another journalist, was picked up and tortured for almost 6 months to keep his mouth shut. People and politicians and workers of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf were arrested and false charges, and their businesses were destroyed. Even women workers were dragged in broad daylight to make example of horror. For last 3 years, the PTA workers are still in prison, facing charges. And the other thing is military rule through controlling the media. Controlling the media is another tactic the establishment uses to promote their own agenda. Nothing can be heard on national media that differs with the feedback given to them from the military establishment. Almost 20 or more journalists went off air because their opinion was different than that of the establishment. Media owners only follow the policy that is dictated to them by the unknown. Everybody knows who are those unknowns. And at number 4 is manipulating the elections. The army has a famous saying that the Pakistan army has never won any election, never won any war, but never lost any election. The fourth thing is manipulating the election. Establishment has always manipulated the election in Pakistan to bring the party of their liking into power, but in February 8 general election, PTI for the first time in history of Pakistan won the majority seats in the national and provincial elections against the will and expectations of the military establishment. And this had happened despite the fact that a number of PTA workers were arrested, jailed, and forcibly disappeared. That was a surprise for the establishment, who instead of accepting the defeat or decision of the people, appointed Shahbaz Sharif as PM, whose party barely got 17 seats. People's Child was thrown in the gutter by the establishment, insisting that it's the army who will decide who is going to win the elections, not the people of Pakistan. Number 5 is manipulating the judiciary and executive. The judiciary has always been on the military side in implementing their agenda. Judges who dare to differ were forced to resign or were threatened to be implicated in frivolous and scandalous cases. Unfortunately, the judiciary has failed in its obligations of making sure the law of the land is respected. Forced disappearance of people, hundreds and thousands of workers of political party and other activists who demand their rights were forcibly disappeared, allegedly mostly by the agencies or by the unknown, who by the way are known to all in Pakistan. By discrediting the merit, instead of relying on merit, the unknown being only like-minded people in lucrative posts so they can help them in achieving their desired motives. Nepotism and favoritism are the keys of the merit. It's the policy that they follow in the appointments at lucrative posts. Almost all government departments are headed by army, mostly by retired generals, or a few are obliged while still in service. Lastly, it's only in Pakistan the army of the country owns numerous businesses from small scale to large scale. In a written reply to a question asked by Senator Farhatullah Babar of the Pakistan People's Party, the then Defense Minister Khaja Asif informed the House that there were nearly 50 projects, units and housing colonies functioning in the country under the administrative control of Fauji Foundation, Shaheen Foundation, Barrier Foundation, Army Welfare Trust and Defense Housing Authorities. And Imran Khan, the former Prime Minister, posed a serious threat to their hold. This is the reason regime change operation was conducted against his government and he was ousted from his post. Not only this, but he was sent to prison for almost 2 years ago and is still in jail. He was charged under frivolous cases by making a mockery of the judicial system, which is totally under control of Shah Bahadur. This is what's been happening in Pakistan since 1947. It's the army who has directly or indirectly ruled the Pakistan. Even if they are not in power, they are behind the scene, but they are the real power in Pakistan. Some people blame them that they are really responsible for Pakistan's poor state in these days. But they just give orders. They don't want to listen to any criticism. That's the main reason why Imran Khan is behind the bars and his thousands of his workers are behind the bars. That's the reason Pakistan is still, even after the independence. Some say it's independence, some say it was the creation of Pakistan in 1947. Pakistan is still lagging far behind than the people who got the independence almost in the same era.